This is Optimal Finance Daily, episode 358, 2 Cool Money Tricks, Hourly to Salary Calculator, and the Rule of 72, by Ramit Sethi of IWillTeachYouToBeRich.com. And I am Dan, your host, each weekday here on the podcast, where I read to you from some of the best personal finance blogs on the planet. And this episode is brought to you by SendPro from Pitney Bowes. SendPro has 3 times the features of Stamps.com at 1/3 the price. Visit pb.com/finance to learn more and try it free for 90 days. After that, you'll get SendPro for only $5 per month. That's 1/3 of the cost of Stamps.com. That special $5 rate is good for the lifetime of your SendPro subscription, but only when you sign up at pb.com/finance. And now let's get right to today's post as we optimize your life. 2 Cool Money Tricks, Hourly to Salary Calculator, and the Rule of 72, by Ramit Sethi of IWillTeachYouToBeRich.com. I think everyone can agree getting paid for your hard work is awesome. But it doesn't matter if you're an entrepreneur or if you're working for someone else. You're probably going to be asking yourself a lot of questions. How much am I being paid per hour? How do I calculate my pay from hourly to salary? How long will it take me to make X percentage more? How much should I expect for payment? That's why I wanted to share with you 2 cool back-of-the-napkin tricks that I use to help me answer some of these questions quickly, so I'm not wasting a bunch of time. You can even do these tricks at parties and impress everyone with your awesome personal finance tricks. Results from this claim may vary. I mean, what's cooler than personal finance? Cool financial trick number 1. Find out your yearly salary using your hourly rate. The formula to convert hourly to salary. This one's simple. Just take your hourly rate, double it, and add 1,000 to the end. So if you make $20 an hour, you make approximately $40,000 a year. $20 times 2 equals 40. Add 3 zeros to the end for 40,000. If you make $30 an hour, you make approximately $60,000 a year. Working backwards, $50,000 a year is $25 an hour. 50,000 divided by 1,000 equals 50. 50 divided by 2 equals 25. This can also work in the reverse if you want to find out your hourly rate. Simply divide by 2 and drop the 1,000. So $50,000 a year becomes approximately $25 an hour. Of course, this is based on the typical 40-hour work week and doesn't include taxes. Why this trick is great? For 2 reasons. 1, sometimes you have an hourly job and need to compare it to a salaried one or vice versa while applying to possible jobs. 2, when you're a beginner freelancer and you really don't know how much to charge, this can help. Use Google or Glassdoor to find out the salary a full-time person would earn, then convert it to hourly to figure out what you should charge. Once you're established, you should charge way more because you're worth it. I often get questions like, how much should I charge? Is X dollars an hour too much or too little? Should I be charging by the hour or by the project? By looking at your ideal, read realistic, salary, you'll be able to figure out how much you should be charging per hour quickly and easily. If you're still wondering how much you should be charging, here are 2 other great methods I've used to find a rate that's good for me. That's right. You get 3 tricks for the price of 1. Consider yourself lucky. 1. Double your resentment number. I love this one because it's both really interesting and effective. Ask yourself, what's the lowest rate you'll work for that'll leave you resentful of your work? Say you'll work for $15 an hour at the very least, but hate the job. Just double that number, so now you'll earn $30 an hour. 2. Do what the next guy does. This method is incredibly simple. Go to Google and search for the average hourly rate for whatever service you're providing. You'll get a good sense of where to start when you're charging your clients. And after you earn your first $1,000, it's incredibly easy to start dialing your prices up and tuning your rate. Were you making $30 an hour? Start charging $40 or even $50. There's no hard and set rule for how much you should be charging. Cool financial trick number 2. Use the rule of 72 to see how long it'll take to double your money. The formula. Simply take 72 and divide it by your return rate percentage. The result is the number of years it takes to double your money. When you put it together, it looks like this. 72 divided by the return rate you're getting equals the number of years to double your money. So imagine you're getting a 10% interest rate from an index fund. Divide 72 by 10 and you have approximately 7 years to double your money. So if you invested $5,000 today and earned a 10% return, you'd have $10,000 in 7 years. Of course, it doubles from there too. In other words, as long as the return rate is constant, the money will double every 7 years. Why this trick is great. With the rule of 72, you can see how easy it is to double your investment by investing just a little bit of money. To give you an example of how much money you can earn this way, I'll tell you about when I put away $1,000 in an index fund as a gift to my friend's new baby. Yes, I know, I'm such a sentimentalist. Assuming the index fund earns 10% annualized during the kid's life, guess how much it would be worth? Age 1, $1,000. Age 7, $2,000. Age 14, $4,000. Age 21, $8,000. This is where I come in and tell her not to spend it all on her spring break trip to Cabo. Age 28, $16,000. Age 35, $32,000. Age 42, $64,000. Age 49, $128,000. Age 56, $256,000. Age 63, $512,000. Basically, you can see that Uncle Ramit's $1,000 gift would leave the kid rolling in money 60 years later. As a singer-songwriter and greatest poet of this generation and the next Celine Dion once said, "My heart will go on." And it grows from there. Note how much the money grows towards the end. Yes, this is a simplistic model that assumes a 10% return rate, and yes, it leaves out inflation and taxes. But it shows that even a small investment of $1,000 can grow with time, even though you don't add a penny to it. The critical factors are time, minimizing fees and taxes, and picking sensible long-term investments. So the question is now, what are you going to do about this? Are you going to keep your money sitting in a bank account where it's not making appreciable returns? Or are you going to start investing that money? The sooner you start, the easier it is to get rich. This isn't BS either. There's over 100 years of evidence in the stock market that suggests this. Still don't believe me? Let's look at another real-world example. Say you're 25 years old and you decide to invest $500 a month in a low-cost, diversified index fund. If you do that until you're 60, how much money do you think you'd have? $1,116,612.89. That's right, you'd be a millionaire after only investing a few $1,000s per year. Notice, I'm not talking about the Hollywood type of investing where hotshot stockbrokers make huge multi-million-dollar trades while yelling sell into a phone for some reason. I said you should invest in low-cost, diversified index funds over time. That's because smart investments are about consistency more than anything else, not chasing hot stocks or other weird investments. By using these two tricks, you'll be able to really get started on your journey to live a rich life. Use the hourly to salary trick to figure out how much to charge so you can invest in an index fund. Then use the rule of 72 to figure out when that index fund sets you up for retirement. You just listened to the post titled 2 Cool Money Tricks, Hourly to Salary Calculator and the Rule of 72 by Ramit Sethi of IWillTeachYouToBeRich.com. And this episode was brought to you by SendPro from Pitney Bowes. SendPro has 3 times the features of Stamps.com at 1/3 the price. Some of those features? You can print stamps from your computer, which is going to save you a lot of time and money, especially because Pitney Bowes has negotiated special rates for SendPro users, with savings starting at 3 cents per stamp. And you don't even need any special equipment to do it. You gotta try it out. You can get an incredible deal only through pb.com/finance. And that deal is, you'll get SendPro free for 90 days. You'll get a free 10-pound scale. And when your free trial is over, you'll get SendPro for only $5 a month, which is a rate that's good for the lifetime of your SendPro subscription. That's $5 a month compared to $15.99 a month for Stamps.com, which is 3 times the features of Stamps.com at 1/3 the price. Again, you can get all of that through our special link, pb.com/finance. Pitney Bowes are masters in the craft of making your business succeed, and we thank SendPro for sponsoring this podcast. And that's going to do it for today, everybody. Thanks again so much for listening, as always, and I will be back tomorrow with a post from Money Mini Blog. So I'll see you there, where your optimal life awaits.
Hello, Life Optimizer. This is Justin Malik, creator and producer of this podcast, but also Optimal Living Daily, the show where I read to you from even more blogs covering finance, productivity, minimalism, personal development, and more from incredible bloggers like Derek Sivers, Zen Habits, Mark and Angel, The Minimalists, and all the ones you hear on this show too. So if you enjoyed today's episode and like taking amazing blogs on the go, come on over to Optimal Living Daily and subscribe to that one too. And together, we'll start optimizing your life.
You've been listening to Optimal Finance Daily. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on each new episode and head to oldpodcast.com. That's OLDpodcast.com for a free gift as well as more actionable tips and resources to help you maximize your potential. Thanks for joining us, and remember, your optimal life awaits.